My name is Dr. Naveed Akhtar from the Integrative Health Convention. I'd like to introduce you to Dr. John Demartini, who is a global educator, author, and business consultant, whose clients range from corporate executives to healthcare professionals, actors, and sports personalities. Dr. Demartini began his career as a doctor of chiropractic and went on to explore more than 200 different disciplines in pursuit of what he calls the universal principles of life and health. He developed the Demartini Method, a revolutionary tool in modern psychology to help people see the magnificence of their life and realize that they don't need fixing. I hope you'll enjoy this short video where Dr. Demartini talks to us about how he almost died as a teenager and how his chance encounter with a stranger changed his life, and how that moment in time has driven his quest for lifelong learning and teaching. Dr. Demartini will be joining us live at the Integrative Health Convention on the 11th of February at our online event to share his knowledge and wisdom to help you empower yourself to become a master of your own life and destiny. 11th of February 2022. We hope to see you there. I'm joined here today by Dr. John Demartini. Thank you very much for agreeing to speak at our Integrative Health Convention in February 2022.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity.
What I would like to ask you first, Dr. Demartini, is can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into doing what you do? Your career has spanned many decades, and you've touched many thousands and thousands of people. And the people who are attending the convention this year would just like to know a little bit about yourself and how you got into what you do.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm an educator, basically. I research, write, and teach. That's my primary thing that I do, and travel a lot because I have full-time travel. But in 1972, I was a street kid, and I was a surfer, and I was living in a tent, and I had dropped out of school. I had learning problems, and I had health problems, and I had speech problems, and I nearly died. In the recovery of that experience, I went to a little class by a gentleman named Paul C. Bragg at a recreation hall at this yoga class. And that one night, in 1 hour, this one man spoke in such a way that inspired me to think that maybe I could overcome my learning problems and someday learn how to read properly and speak properly and become intelligent. And I had a health problem as a result of the nearly dying. And at that night, I decided that I wanted to overcome my challenges with his ideas and try to go back and try to go and finish school and learn how to be a teacher and be involved in healing. And that was the journey. I started there, and that led me back to Los Angeles and back to Texas, where I was from. And I took a GED, which is equivalency of a high school degree, and somehow miraculously passed that thing. I tried to go back to school and I failed. And as a result of it, I almost gave up on my dream. And then I decided, no, I'm going to take this seriously. And I decided to get a dictionary out, and I started memorizing 30 words a day. And my mom tested me on 30 words a day until my vocabulary was strong enough to be able to articulate and comprehend things enough to be able to start reading. And eventually I was able to pass school, and then I started to do better, and I started to excel, and I just became this neurotic reader. I mean, I would read literally 20 hours a day sometimes, doing whatever I could to learn anything I could to maximize the human experience, and particularly health and human potential. And that led me to drawing people to me, asking me questions, and my teaching career began. And by the time I was 18, and it started with one person, another person, and 17 people, and then started having people attract to me at lunch outside under the trees when I was doing yoga, and that swelled to sometimes 400 people a day. And then when I went on to professional school, I continued on my communication and education process, and started doing classes every single night. And that kept growing into the community. And then when I got out into practice, I started to do a lot of presentations, and I started having a TV show on health, and more people came. And then I started to be asked to speak at conferences. And then I started to do things around the nation of America, and eventually Canada, and then the United States, going into Europe. And now I've been blessed to speak in 163 countries to millions and millions of people. But it's been my dream to research, write, travel the world, and teach. And I can't think of anything else I'd rather be doing. And so every day I research, every day I learn, and I see it like a giant cosmic puzzle, and any piece I can fit in and wherever I can get from whatever source, I try to put it together to try to be as clear and articulate on the most, profound and strong based principles I can to be able to base things on, whether physiology and physics and sciences and anything in neurology, everything I can do to try to help maximize human awareness and potential in people. And I teach a lot of courses. I do a lot of podcasts and webinars and radio and television, newspapers, magazines, and I think I've written for 1,500 plus magazines now. I just constantly research, write, travel, teach. That's what I love. That's what I do, and help people do something extraordinary with their life. I believe that people deserve to do something magnificent, and I love doing what I can. That it brings a tear to my eye to be able to think about doing whatever I can to help people do that. So I do that every day, 7 days a week.
Your journey's been quite incredible, and I've been lucky enough to meet you a few times and read your books and listen to some of your podcasts. You've been doing this for quite some time, and like you say, you travel 160 countries, well, especially before the lockdown, and you were teaching 300 plus seminars a year from the last count that when we spoke.
Yeah, we did 343 this last year.
343, wow. And that spans across so many different countries and so many different continents.
Well, when somebody asks me, you don't have to do this. I'm been blessed, financially independent now, well over. But people say, why do you do it? And I look them in the eye and I say, because I can. There was a time when I couldn't. And it's so inspiring to be able to do what you love and love what you do every day and get remunerated beautifully to do that. And to get the feedback I get from millions of people, thank you letters and things because they've applied the principles and the methods that I've been blessed to unveil and to present and to develop. And, that's nothing more inspiring than that. It doesn't get any better than that as far as I'm concerned. Getting handsomely paid to do what you love and watching lives change and getting, thanked for it. I mean, that's the ultimate as far as I'm concerned. And so, yeah, this is going on my 50th year of doing this, and I'm going on 68. So I just, since I was 17, I've had a dream to do this, and I'm still working on it. I still got more countries to reach, still have more people to share with, I still have a lot to learn. And I surround myself with some of the brightest people in the world in different fields to help me. And I love devouring the greatest literature on the face of the earth and try to incorporate as much knowledge as I can that we can stand the test of time and be able to stand on the shoulders of great minds to do something with our lives. So, yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to do this conference that you've been giving me the opportunity to do, because that topic that we're going to do is something I feel that'll be very valuable for people, and so I'm grateful for that.
Well, on that topic, could you tell us a little bit about what you're going to be sharing with the delegates who are going to be attending the convention in February?
Well, people have a choice in life to be masters of their destiny or victims of their history, to be run intrinsically from within or to be extrinsically affected from without. And resilience and adaptability is to be able to maintain homeostasis and centeredness and directedness and purpose and meaning, regardless of outside circumstances. And the quality of our life is based on the quality of the questions we ask. So I have a series of questions that I'd love to share with people that can, expand their resilience and adaptability to turn whatever happens in their life into on the way, not in the way. So they can be grateful, because anything we're not grateful for is baggage. Anything we're grateful for is fuel. And I'll show them how to take, no matter what happens, because we have control over our perceptions, decisions, and actions in life. We don't have control of the external world. We have control over perception, decisions, and actions. So we can prioritize our actions and we can prioritize our perceptions. And to the degree that we do, we are now activating our executive center where we're objective, and we maximize our gratitude and our resilience and adaptability, which affects our immune system and affects our autonomics and epigenetic effects, and helps our hypothalamus come into center and helps our circadian rhythms become more stabilized. I mean, I could go on on the significance of how we perceive, decide, and act. And so I want to talk about how to master that. So the world outside has nothing to do with your dream. No matter what it is, you see how it's going to help you get the dream. And that's very helpful for health professionals, particularly in the era that we're in now with COVID and things, and their clients, because they can pass that information on to their clients and help them. Because it's very meaningful to be able to know you've made a difference in the client's life and to pass on the wisdom. I think doctor is partly teacher. Health professional means also teacher. And I believe that the information I'll present will be valuable to assist people in not only mastering as a doctor and make their careers more inspiring and productive and feeling fulfilled, but and resilient, but also to help the client. And I think that's what, we have a narcissistic and an altruistic side. We want to be able to be remunerated and handsomely paid. We have an altruistic side. We want to make a difference in people, and striking that balance is the key of sustainable, fair exchange. And I want to talk about that also, because that's where maximum resilience is going to be. Authenticity. If you're narcissistic and exaggerating yourself or minimizing yourself with altruistic behavior, you're going to try to get something for nothing or give something for nothing, which is not going to make you maximize your return. So I want to talk about how to put that together and help you fulfill your career, serving more people, be remunerated more effectively, and having, no matter what happens, help you get what your innermost dominant thought and dream is. So yeah, I love doing that. I can't wait to share that. So I know it'll be helpful to whoever's going to be listening. So whoever's out there who might read and see this or whatever, you don't want to pass this opportunity up to be at the conference, but also hopefully my class, because I think it'll be something you'll take home, something valuable with.
You're absolutely right. We all get into this field, this area of helping other people, because that's what we want to do. We want to try and help other people, but then the financial side obviously kicks in sometimes, and finding that balance in between is often difficult, especially at the moment where we're in lockdown and COVID and this whole situation with the pandemic. It's very difficult sometimes to decide which side of the fence people want to fall on.
Well, if we exaggerate ourselves and look down on our clients and our staff, we get humbled. And if we look up to everybody and have anarchy in the staff and sacrifice for the thing, we eventually burn out. So finding that, every symptom in the business is guiding us to authenticity. And resilience is maximized in the absolute core, competent authenticity state. So integrity and poise and mindfulness, if you want to call it that, is the key of this dynamic. So I want to share the tools that I have that can help people do that, so they can maximize they can actualize their potential, as Aristotle said. You can actualize their potential and have. I believe you deserve to do what you love what you do, get handsomely paid to do it, and watch the transformation of people's lives, and that's absolutely doable. I've been blessed to live that way. I'm right now sailing on the way to Tahiti, doing programs every day on my ship, and doing what I love and love what I'm doing, getting to do this every single day. So I really believe you can design your life, live by design, not by duty or default, and you can live an inspired life, not one of desperation. And I believe that that's what we all deserve. Every human being deserves to be able to be grateful for their existence and not regret their experiences in life.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Dr. Demartini. We look forward to hearing your presentation at the convention in February.
Yes, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be there, and I look forward to seeing whoever is there. And again, thank you for the opportunity.
If you like this video, then please give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can keep up to date with the latest videos and interviews from all the speakers who will be joining us at the online Integrative Health Convention 2022, going live on the 11th of February. Take a look at the exciting speaker lineup by clicking the link below to book your ticket now. Look forward to seeing you there.